Hallo und herzlich willkommen. Es ist wieder Mittwochabend, Pirates Cove time, and I'm gonna change to English because my co-host Sean Shelton is here. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Paul.
And our running back, returner, versatile athlete, CJ Okpalobi. I learned
correct.
it.
Yes,
The
yes.
K is silent.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, CJ.
Yeah. Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Nice. Raise your voice a little bit so that this thing is always in the yellow
Okay.
when you talk,
Okay.
so the fans can hear you. And we want to say already welcome to everybody who tuned in. Welcome to the show. First question of the night, as always, how are you doing? How was your day? Let's start with you, CJ.
Oh, I'm doing great. My day, pretty simple. Worked out.
The imports life, right?
Right, exactly.
Sleep long.
Sleep.
Not the
long,
most
yes.
stressful lifestyle in the world.
Not at all. Yeah, it's pretty, simple life. Yeah.
But you're doing good.
Oh, I'm doing great. Super.
It's nice to hear. Sean, how is your day?
Good. I spent some time with my family, which is nice. My parents are here. I don't get to see them very often. Got a little work done on the train. Here, ready for practice.
Ready for the show.
Yeah, ready for the show and then practice. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I slept, I think the first time since I was 14, I went to bed around 9 last night. I slept 9 hours or something. And I woke up with headache.
Because it was like overload.
Overload of sleep.
It's like, hey,
So
why wasn't there more screen time? What are you doing?
Exactly. So I thought, oh, maybe I have COVID. And I tested, but I'm negative. So.
That's good.
Okay.
I'm happy to hear that.
You guys can see it on our heads. It's again hot as hell in here, like a real Pirates Cove. Is it hot in a Pirates Cove?
With this one.
In this one, absolutely. We have a lot to talk about, and I want to start with the newest news. We were talking a lot about it in the past, but now it became real. We have a Discord channel. Yippee-yay. Maybe you both don't know what it is,
what that means.
but all our Twitch and the younger people who are more in the spiritual world, they know what it is. Our Discord channel. You guys just need to write, what is Ausrufezeichen in English? Explanation mark?
Mhm.
Explanation mark Discord. And then you get a link, and then it comes to this page. There it is. And there we have multiple channels where you can ask questions for the show already every day, and then we at every show we go through them. If you have anything, then we're gonna have an open daily talk channel where you can talk about the Raiders, where you can talk about everything. We have 2 moderators for the moment. It's Blackie. Thanks also for setting everything up, Blackie. You are the man. And also Chaos is in there as a mod, and they will check that you don't write anything stupid. Also check the rules here. So be kind, respect other humans, all the normal rules, but we have to write them down that everybody knows how to behave. But I think there is no bad person in our fanship, followership. Let's grow it, join it, and we will see what it become one day. There's also then the option that we can bring fans in via voice, so we can talk to them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the future. And would be great if we have a lot of fans in there. We will check it from time to time. I will check it obviously before every show, and just use it as an extra platform to communicate with us and communicate with each other. With each other. Thank you. That's the biggest news outside of our football life. Good. Then we go back to here. Anything else organizational wise? Only that we are facing our last home game, but we will talk about it later. For now, we will talk about the last game and obviously the upcoming game. And about you, CJ. The show's name is The Final Stretch. After the bye week, we are now facing the final four. We faced the final four games.
Mm-hmm.
We had one already done.
Mm-hmm.
And how was it, CJ? How was it for you to play in Tivoli?
It was a great home opener, I guess, for me, I should say. Yeah.
It was your first home game, right?
First home game, yes. So it was great energy, exciting, and it was Tirol Day, I believe. Yeah, Tirol Day. So, just add a little bit more extra to it. So yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it.
We need to get you in lederhosen now.
Yeah.
So we had the Tirol Day, and that's why everybody who came in lederhosen or in the classic female traditional dress called dirndl got free entrance, and there were a couple. So and there were also a couple players wearing the lederhosen.
I think Peanut did.
Peanut, yeah, I saw a couple.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice. You didn't wear
It was too hot.
Too hot.
Nah, thank you. Sitting on a train in lederhosen for an hour and a half. Nah, thank you.
Before we go into detail about that game, Sean, how was it for you after, I think, 6 weeks? Yeah, it was exactly 6 weeks. We didn't have a home game.
Wow.
Last home game, Carl was born. It was Leipzig.
Mm-hmm.
So,
They said Kyle for a second.
Carl.
Yeah.
It's Carl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now you guys know my son's name. It's Carl. Carl the
Not
Great.
Kyle.
Not Kyle.
Carl.
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 Carly. Carly.
With a K.
With a K. Yeah. So how was it for you to be at Tivoli again? And
It's always the best to play in Tivoli, especially when my parents are in the stands. I always end up getting a little bit emotional before the game. I think it's it's a special place to play, especially when you can do it in front of your parents who have been there the entire journey. So always nice and great turnout, great crowd, and always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Barakus, don't blame me or us about it. Since this league is centralized organized. How you say that in English? Centrally organized. We are waiting.
Nobody can say his last name anyways. Don't matter. Put CJ on the back of that page.
Yeah, put CJ.
Oh, look what Placky's thoughts are. Your parents were here. That's why you played that good, huh?
I think I could have played better, but the touchdown run was nice. But there was a mixture of. I don't know if it was my best run ever. I think there was a mixture of some things on that run.
So, the conclusion.
But thank you.
It was a nice day to be back at Tivoli Stadium. We're trying to get CJ's nameplate as soon as possible. If I guys tell you when I ordered, you wouldn't believe me. It wasn't
You
yesterday.
should just take a silver Sharpie and just
Right.
just
Right,
write it
yeah.
in. But without a K.
No.
Yeah, help people.
But we are now gonna watch the highlights.
Okpalobi.
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 Yep.
Easy.
Yeah, easy.
Took Austin Okpalobi.
Question:
There you go.
how did it came that the K is silent?
You have to ask my great.
But it was always Okpalobi.
Yes, it was always.
So I say sorry when I said it wrong in the past.
No, it's fine.
It's probably happened a lot, right?
Yes.
Okpalobi would make much more phonetical sense, yes. Why Austin? That doesn't really fit.
Yeah,
You got a crazy.
Because I'm a junior, so.
Yeah. Makes sense. Because it's Chuka
Yeah.
Okpalobi, which is
Yeah.
fitting, right?
Yeah.
And then it's Chuka Austin, which Austin is
Chuka
Not
Austin.
Very American.
very, very, very Americanized.
It's a town, right?
Yeah, but also
capital
very,
of
very common,
Arizona.
like very, very common Anglo-Saxon
Right.
white American.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Chuka Clay.
Yeah.
Okay. But we will talk later more about you and your football career and everything. And now we are going into the highlights, I would say, because they started with a real highlight. I told you already, CJ, one of our board members wrote me the night before that we're gonna see the first return touchdown, and I was asking him who's gonna do it, or he was asking me who's returning. I said CJ or somebody else, and then obviously you returned, and it was a touchdown. So shout out to our board member Peter, who knew it already before the game, because
Feel it in his bones. Philip Howland told me right before the kick too. He's like, "This one's to the house."
and because the game started, Stuttgart kicked off, ball got into your hands, and then just a beautiful return and almost untouched.
Really nice blocking by Jan and
Oh, yeah, for
Hassie
sure.
down.
And a kicker tried to tackle you. You are setting up the blocks and then end zone. Good job, I would say. Oh, Sean, is it?
Oh, it was all right.
It was all right. Did you add some air after it because it was whatever 80, 90 yards returning, or was it you said okay now I need oxygen?
When you're an elite athletes like us, you know,
Yeah,
when you
it's
make
just-
really long runs, you're just good to go, you know.
Alrighty.
Do it again.
Yeah, Sean. Then we stopped them, and we got the ball back, and then Werbung.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to YouTube. But hey, no, seriously. Defense was great first half. I think
Defense was
offense
great the entire game.
the entire game exactly. But we came hot and ready
Yeah,
out of the locker room.
Exactly.
The offense too. This was, I think, kind of the
yeah.
goal.
We've done since this Cologne game. I think we've done a really good job starting games hot. You know, even the Vikings game where we struggled a bit, or struggled a lot in Vienna. We still were on the scoreboard in the first quarter, which is what you want.
Yeah.
It just our offense needs to do a better job maintaining that energy and maintaining that the analogy would be foot on the gas, right? And I think we could have done a better job in the second half, and I think that's why some people saw me visibly frustrated or upset, because I think we could have done a much better job in the second half, keeping that energy high. You know, sometimes we get complacent, but we're doing a great job in the first half as of lately, which means we come out with high energy and we understand the game plan and we execute it very well.
There was the booth review. They called it down, which was, I think, the right call.
I think so too.
And then it was again Haselmann. Haselmann with the easy touchdown. Yeah, but offense was clicking. We find the holes in their defense. Pass game was great. We set it up the drives with some great runs. And I think with the whole first half, we were already satisfied, kind of, right? Which was maybe
That's what it felt like a little bit, and that's what we addressed at halftime, because I really liked the way the defense played in the second half, and they started rotating even in the second quarter, and the energy didn't really fall off. But on offense, I think we could have done a better job playing with, no matter what the scenarios, what the opponent is, just go out there and operate.
Yeah. We will answer all these questions after we watch the highlights. Yeah. So still long first quarter. And
there was one time CJ looked at me in the second, and I think it was second quarter. It's like, hey, there's 10 minutes left in this quarter. It's like, yeah, bro. Like, it's gonna be a long day.
It's gonna be a long day. And yeah, for Stuttgart, they really didn't came into that game. Our defense was ready. Our new guys were playing, like you see Thomas Schaffer here. And then they didn't score the whole first half.
They had a field goal right before halftime, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, no, it's been really impressive to watch our defense on Sunday.
What did they call there?
No, they call it a hit on a defensive receiver, or unnecessary roughness or something, which is, I really empathize with DBs in that scenario with the low ball. I mean,
Difficult.
how
you would tackle him.
You don't. You go down, you just, but because if you go down, your head's going to go down and you're going to have a helmet.
Difficult. Yeah.
I don't think that was anything purposeful or egregious. It's just a bam, bam play.
here on that video, it looked like a clean shoulder tackle, but yeah.
Yeah, it was. He led with the shoulder, but then
Yeah.
you make helmet to helmet inevitably.
And then this happened.
That was the longest run.
These short steps, like awesome.
It's
An
a short,
80-yard touchdown run for.
there's a short story behind this. So can you pause real quick, Paul?
Of course, we can
So-
also go back.
Yeah. First of all, I want to point out two things. There's some things that happen in a football game that, aren't football. And that's partly what happened here. If you look at the safety take a shot at Marco.
Yeah.
That's not football. And that allowed that to happen. That's unfortunate that he put his teammates in that position. And then secondly, I'm not in this position running down a sideline very often. And I always see people, like I see athletes, because I'm not one apparently to some people. They change the angle of defenders. So like here I was like, well, see if I can do it. And then I was like, and I didn't know what to do. And then that's why when I got to the end zone, I was like, did that really just happen? Like,
And then there was a flag on the field, and I'm like, no.
Well, I knew what the flag was because I saw it firsthand. Because
I read the block
that's
back.
not a football play, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it was just kind of like, did that really just happen? Not used to that. I'm not like y'all.
Barakus is asking, was this the longest run in your career?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, by 5 yards or so.
Okay. Ooh, who's that? Nice move, CJ.
Ugh.
Thank
Ugh.
What?
That's gross.
These moves?
Nasty.
Nasty. And 42. Why is this already? We don't want to see this. So, still second quarter, 42-0.
They switched their offense up significantly at this point, and they decided to go power football.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of success though.
And
More than previously.
they set it up the field goal.
Genau.
And maybe now we can talk a little bit because it also got discussed on social media. What happened in the second half?
Yeah, like I kind of alluded to already, and CJ and I talked about it, and it was a point of emphasis at halftime, right? Because it wasn't the first game that we did this. I felt like we did this at Leipzig, in Tivoli as well.
Yeah.
And your first game here, right? And it just felt like we got complacent, and I don't like that. And I don't think the good Raiders offenses that I've been a part of, some of which you've been a part of, it didn't really matter what the situation was. It didn't matter who the team we were playing was. We're going to go out there, and no matter what was called, we were going to operate and execute. And whether we were running the ball, whether we were throwing the ball, whatever. And I wish this offense had a little more of that mindset, even though Kyle addressed it at halftime, even though, I said, let's not do what we've done in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And then it felt like we just did. And a couple of it was penalties, but in my opinion, a lot of them were deserved penalties, just from lack of technique or lack of discipline. This is unfortunate because this is a really bad no call that cost us a drive. I mean, this is awful.
And then, good play by
It's
number 2.
but it's 4th and 5.
Yeah.
They jump off sides. We throw a fade, which we would never do. So it wasn't 100% our quarter either. We only had 2 drives in the quarter, maybe 3. But I don't think we maintained the level of execution that we had in the first half, which was frustrating for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't think really good teams do that. Really good teams do this.
Good play by the defense. Niklas Gustav with this tackle in the end zone was a safety for us.
Mhm.
And little blitzes here. And then
99 is Vincent, by the way.
it got asked. Yeah,
Just so you guys
it's wrong in the stats. We don't know why. It's 99.
know. Are the stats posted now?
The stats are posted there. And Vince played.
He's not
Yeah.
bad at football either. He didn't get challenged much.
Jay Liggins
It's
with
gonna
the
be-
interception.
It's going to be really fun to watch him
This week.
in the upcoming weeks. And this week and next week,
next
he's going to
week,
have some matchups.
Mhm. Quinton Pounds.
Quinn Pounds, Reese
Reese
Horn.
Horn.
Yeah.
Even the Berlin receiver is playing really well. I don't know if they'll just match him up like this, but our DBs are going to have their hands full.
Yeah, and then fourth quarter, we had the chance to let some players play which didn't have a lot of game time,
Mhm.
especially also Leo Kober, and we saw interception of him, which is not great. And we talked a bit after the game that.
But it happens.
It happens, yeah.
That's not the thing that's frustrating, because that's where you gain experience. You know how many interceptions I threw my first few years of college or my first few years of high school, just not knowing any better. It's the product as a whole, and like you feel it when you're on the field too. Like I think everybody could feel that the energy wasn't as on point, and the focus wasn't necessarily there.
But at the end, a win is a win.
Absolutely. I mean, no matter how frustrated I got in the second half, I was still really happy with our performance, and we did what we were supposed to do. It just, I think at this point of the year, you can't be nitpicky, and we're here to compete for a championship and win a championship. And so that's just not good enough. You can't be outscored by your defense in the second half. It's not good enough.
Yeah. Silent Raider, I also want to say thank you for coming, Silent Raider. We met in the stadium. Silent Raider, big Raiders fan base from South Bavaria. They were in the stadium and were cheering for you guys. He's saying C.J. Human Madden skill stick. Guys, it's just unfair for opponents. Great first home game. Then Joe Worm, which is one of our announcers in the stadium, apologizes for not saying your name the right way. And Sean was the longest one, yeah. Baloo, I said it before the season, I would like to buy a Shelton jersey. I just think QBs are awesome that are dangerous with their feet.
Hey.
More to come, my friend.
And it's another chapter in the centralized, organized center with the jersey thing.
Centralized organization of the European League of Football.
It's not everything in our hands.
Okay.
But
sorry,
if you, I didn't. I was saying I would make a jersey or something, like an iron and send it. Wow.
Let's quickly check the stats. 44-3. We won that game. I mean, all the stats, especially offensively, were on our side. Obviously, a lot of penalties again
16
on both
for 32
sides.
Can be better as a quarterback.
Yeah.
33 as a quarterback room. We have to be better than that.
And offensively, you were the best.
What's
Russian.
good, CJ? What's good? The long was 67. I think I had a 65-yarder in Tivoli prior to.
65.
Yeah, in the
This year?
semifinal versus Prague in 2015, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I've had a couple over 50, which is everybody acts so damn surprised when I do it.
It's funny that you now also posted you're 38.
I identify as 38.
You identify? Okay. But then next year because you get older quicker, next year you would be then 42, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, I think I'll go from 38 to 42 to 48. I think it's the logical progression. Yeah.
We have to push that. I want to read it in the newspaper.
No,
42-year-old John Shelton for the touchdown.
It's crazy. It's crazy, the senior citizen.
Put it on the roster bio.
Okay. At the end, it was a good all-over unit thing again. We don't have crazy numbers for single persons. Great to see maybe on the defensive side that Niklas Gustav had a great game. He had 2 tackle for losses, 2 sacks.
1 safety.
1 safety. So pretty good performance by him. And then, like I said, this is wrong here. It should be Vincent Buffet, number 99. And we also had the chance to let some of our new guys play. Mm-hmm. Philip had a tackle. Obviously, Thomas Schaffer played the first half with a tackle for us.
Had a catch.
Langecker had a catch. And that's good to know that we have these guys. All this ends in the standings. There was a crazy game in Frankfurt. There is no team unbeaten anymore. Vikings are now 8-1, and we and Frankfurt are 6-3, which means that we might have a big showdown in 2 weeks.
Shaping up to be.
Yeah. And also in the other group, there's still Berlin with a 6-3 record, and Rheinfire can also still become a part of the playoffs.
It's a
And there's a
four-man
big game this weekend in
Rheinfire versus
Rheinfire versus
That's
Frankfurt.
true.
And Rheinfire again, chapeau. They already sold over 10,000 tickets for that game.
Cool.
That's gonna be the game of the week.
For sure. If Rheinfire wins, they still have a chance. If they lose, it's gonna be really tough.
Yeah. But no matter what, also if Frankfurt loses that game against Rheinfire, it doesn't change anything for us, because we only won that game by 6 points. So if we lose it by 1 touchdown and an extra point, they would be in front of us.
They would have had to lose to Vienna and Rheinfire for that game not to really matter.
Yeah.
And we would have had to win Stuttgart Cologne.
Yeah. But that's the future. And yeah, Hamburg also 8-1, had a big win against Leipzig. The playoff picture is like that Berlin, the Panthers are out, Leipzig is out, obviously Stuttgart is out, Cologne and Istanbul are out. And we are in the hunt we are not, we are in, but Rheinfire, Frankfurt and Berlin are in the hunt. Barcelona, Vienna and Hamburg are in. We will see how it looks after the upcoming weekend. Before we talk a little bit more about you, CJ, let's talk about the upcoming game.
You want to address the question?
Any injury on Thomas Schaffer? Barakus, no. There was just no need to let him play the whole game.
Just getting his feet wet.
And you also it's important to know that he is not, it's been a while he played a full game.
That's right, exactly. He's only practiced twice. He hasn't played in a while. And it was more so just getting him incorporated.
Yeah. And
good question. Thank you. We've gotten positive news about Finke, so he should be okay.
Yeah.
That was a dangerous play, but look, seems like he'll be okay.
I heard he's good.
Yep.
He's all right.
Yeah. Just
maybe some bruises.
Yeah, exactly. Bumps and bruises, but nothing
serious.
No.
Which is important. Upcoming game. Cologne. If you remember,
I do.
We lost there, which was really like a aha moment, I would say. It was the second week of the season. We lost the home opener against Vikings, traveled to Cologne, lost there a close game, like a high-scored game from both sides. Couldn't really handle their offensive weapons, and then at the end, with some mistakes on our side, we lost that game, and now we face them again. It's again a game where they have nothing to lose. That's maybe the most dangerous situations, right? Because they are out of the playoffs,
right?
And they just we can only lose. How would you guys say is the mindset and the preparation for that game?
I feel like we have to go into that game just like every other game, like a Vienna, like a Frankfurt, because at the end of the day, you want to build momentum being in this home stretch of the season. So that game is just as important as 2 weeks when we go to Frankfurt or 3 weeks when we go to Berlin, so.
You treat it as like every game.
Exactly.
Same preparation, same mindset, 0-0, exactly. Doesn't matter how the standings are.
I think the mindset is already that we're already in the playoffs. I think after the Vienna game, that's been our mindset, and kind of like what Chuko was talking about is every game you go into it like it's a must win, because essentially, I mean, for all practical purposes, it is. So it doesn't really matter who the opponent is in terms of win-losses or anything like that. You just have to go in with a must-win attitude and prep like that and see where the cards fall. But there's no taking anybody lightly at this point.
Yeah, I think this is the most important thing, right? You can't go in there, they are, 2 and...
No, after they beat us, they kind of injury bug bit them, and they played Barcelona competitively, I think, in week 3, and then after that, it's been really tough for them. So they're not the team that beat us in week 2, but I think this league has demonstrated anybody can beat anybody if you don't prepare.
How would you say what is their defensively, what is their strength, and maybe also offensively. I mean, they have Jan Weinreich as an European quarterback. Quinton Pounds is really strong and fast and big American receiver. But let's say defensively, where do you think are their strengths?
Yeah, I think there's a misconception by fans that if a team's record isn't very good, that they don't have good players, which is not true. And it's like Stuttgart has really good football players. Their two middle linebackers are really, really good football players. Like they played good games. You know, Malcolm is not a bad football player. He's actually really good. And so if you take them lightly, there's individuals. It's collectively they might not be as good, but there's individuals that can change a game because they're super talented. And Cologne most certainly has a handful. They're really big. They're really long and up front. Yeah, like 57 Simon Flamore, I think is his last name. Number 3, number 97. These are big men. These are really big men that are long and athletic, and you're gonna have to handle them. 44 is a really good middle linebacker. Their American DB is a good player, a really good player. So it's like they have talent on the field. It's just for one reason or another, it hasn't worked out for them at times in this year defensively as a unit. But it's just there's people that you have to take care of, especially up front, and they pose issues because they're a bit more dynamic than what other teams do. They're not a team that just lines up and gives you one look. I mean, Cologne probably still to this day was the toughest pre-snap assignment that I had because they move around, they do different things, they give different looks.
Yeah.
And so that poses issues, right?
And that means also that we have to focus on us. We have to play again.
Our execution has to be really high, and you saw that in the second game of the season when it wasn't. We didn't score, and we did same thing last week. And if we execute well, we score a lot. If we don't, we don't score because it's not.
It's not easy. It's not.
Nothing's easy. Nothing's easy. You have to earn it, and that's going to be the same this weekend.
Yeah. Weinreich is a good slinger, and Pounds knows how to catch them. But I seriously think the change from 3 to a 4-man rush will limit Cologne's passing game significantly. Yeah, we will see what our defensive coaches will prepare for them. And yeah, Flamour from the Centurions is really strong.
I think he's only like 22. He's just a massive individual.
I think he was here a long time ago when the Raiders U18 or something or 16 played the Düsseldorf Panthers. I think he was on that team.
He could be. But I mean, there's 3 or 4 of them that are 195 and taller, and if you don't take care of them, they're going to cause you problems.
Silent Raider, yes, we also transformed a lot over the season, especially with some add-ons maybe. The pass rush got some updates and
I mean, both sides of the ball have actually gotten better. Adding CJ and Yannick have kind of changed the offense. You saw CJ last week, and you saw Yannick the week before. It was this explosivity that we were kind of missing. And, of course, me scrambling, it's just a touchdown waiting to happen,
And this is... Sorry, keep going.
Were you going to talk about my scrambling ability?
No, I just wanted to interrupt because I don't want to change in that conversation.
And then defensively... adding Vincent, adding Thomas, adding Liggins, amongst the other Austrians that we added to kind of fortify it. It's a little bit of a different roster.
Yeah, and this is also what you want, that to the end of the season, you want to get better. Yep. You want to play your best football in the playoffs or obviously in the final. So, which also helps is that we have really small injuries.
Exactly.
Small,
no,
not many injuries.
We've stayed healthy for the most part.
Yeah. Okay. So Sunday, 3 p.m. Tivoli Stadium. The motto of the game day will be our 30th anniversary because we were founded in 1992. And so this will be the celebration. We're gonna have some old Raiders in the stadium, and it's gonna be fun to have seen old guys again, and it's gonna be great. And we hope all you guys are coming, because then it's a long break till the next home game in Tivoli, because there are still chances, but they are really low that we having a home game in the semifinal.
So 2 games
means that we have the next home game next June. So almost a year. So guys, come to the stadium, support us, have a great party with us. Hopefully the next win. And yeah, we need you. It's a difference. It's a difference when you are there and when you are loud. And yeah, we appreciate every fan. So come and have a great day with us. Alrighty. Great, Uncle Charlie, that you will believe. Yeah, there are a lot of guys. Then, if you've been there for 6 games, you have to think about your how you say it in English? Season pass?
Mm-hmm.
To buy a season pass next year.
Mhm.
Then you can save some money. Okay. Let's quickly check the other games for the upcoming week. So it's officially week 12. Stuttgart has to travel to Barcelona.
Mhm.
On paper, you would think it's an easy game, but no game is easy, and Stuttgart has nothing to lose. They had some. Oh, great, Uncle Charlie! You have 3 season passes. That's great. And Stuttgart has nothing to lose. They have it also. They parted away with their defensive coordinator, so who knows what's coming this weekend. And then a big game here. Hamburg has to travel to Berlin. Gonna be interesting. And this may be the game of the week. Frankfurt at Rheinfire. Big stadium. Pooh. Barcelona, Istanbul at Vienna. Also interesting. Istanbul is getting better every week.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We'll see how the Vikings bounce back.
Back
That was
after that
surprising
loss. Then obviously our game, and then also the Panthers at the Kings. And yeah, I think some great games. Gonna be interesting to talk about next week. And yeah, we don't know. We don't do, how you say it?
predictions.
No, no, we don't do predictions. You only can do wrong things. Good. Then back to full chat. What are you guys are thinking? What is the game of the week next week? Or if you have any more questions, write it in. And a friendly reminder, we have a Discord channel now. If you tuned in later, they're already... Oh, that's great. We even have a bot here now who posted things like videos, and thanks to Blackie again. It's cool. It's automatically posting the new videos from the ELF channel.
That's cool.
And when we are live, it's also posting.
Awesome.
Yeah, good. So if you have questions, just write it in. Rheinfire Galaxy, yeah, Baloo, I think so too. That's gonna be the game of the week. I can imagine you will probably not talk about it, but there are people out there claiming that Vikings lost the game on purpose. Any opinion on that? You don't lose on purpose.
Yeah,
you don't.
Can we talk about this for a second? That is
It's
dumb.
especially after a bye week. Yeah,
That's not dumb.
It's-
You know, I think that dumb is too strong of a word.
Well, stupid
you-
would be strong in English. It's mixed in. It's opposite.
Okay, but I think it's the outside view. If you, and this is not an offense to anybody, if you do not know the inner circle of a football team, you can maybe think, okay, they lost by purpose. But or in every sport team, if you do a sport on a high level, your mind is not able to go in a game, I think, to lose a game.
Yeah.
It's mentally not it's not possible. And especially when you know Coach Chris Kalake or the whole Vikings organization, they would not go in a game to lose this by purpose. I think at that game, things didn't went the way the Vikings wanted to. Frankfurt had maybe the best game of the year for them. Everything worked out. There were some major mistakes with turnovers on the Vikings offensive side, and all this together can change the flow of the game, which ends then in kind of these results. But you don't lose by purpose.
You don't lose a perfect season. on
Exactly.
purpose.
A perfect season in football is so much worth.
So cherished.
Yeah, that you don't put it on a.
You don't jeopardize it.
Yeah.
You don't throw it away, and it doesn't. It doesn't really do them any good. It's just. It's overthinking things. You don't lose games on purpose.
Yeah. Exactly, Silent Raider. They had the chance to go
Exactly.
undefeated in their first season. Who does not want that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
and you don't want to lose momentum. You know what I mean? Especially going into the playoffs. Like, you know, you don't want to seem vulnerable. Like now it's like, okay, they're not the number one seed. They're not this untouchable juggernaut that people think they are. You know, they just got exposed. You don't want that as a club. You don't want people to have that mindset.
Yeah.
You want them to think you're a juggernaut, right?
Yeah.
You want them to think you're unbeatable. So it just
No, you don't do that.
no.
And if you don't play on that level.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Uncle Charlie, maybe you can compare it to this. The Vikings played like the Raiders in Vienna.
Yeah.
Maybe not ready, maybe long travel, maybe some things didn't work the way.
The away games in this league are really, really hard.
Think of the Steelers were 11-0, and after that first loss, they were just bad. Nobody wants that.
No. And I think
Steelers?
it's
Yeah.
last year they were
they were 11-0.
and then they exactly. But it's like it's a 10-hour bus ride. I don't know how they traveled. It's
By
a
bus and hotel.
exactly. It's a hostile environment. It's a team that, like I said, anybody in this league can beat anybody, particularly Frankfurt, who's the defending champions.
Right.
They came to play. They had a couple things not go their way. Momentum is so strong.
Yeah.
It probably just got out of their hands, and it was a bad day.
Yeah.
We have them. We saw one 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Happens.
And yeah, we will see how they respond now. And
That'll be the key is if
How
they
you
come
come
out
back.
and handle business against Istanbul, it's like, okay, that was just a fluke.
Right.
Which is why Leipzig was so important for us, right?
Yeah.
But if, you don't want to ruin that momentum that they had.
yeah. Okay, let's talk about us and not so much about the others. Yeah, and when I say talking about us, we come now to our guest, CJ. Again, welcome. CJ, how old are you? That's my first question.
I'm 28.
You're 20 years old. You're an experienced football player. You've been in Europe before.
Yes.
But before we come to your European time, let's start back in the days. When did you started playing football?
I started like between 8 and 10.
Pop
But I
Warner?
but I was playing like flag football. So like football.
Of course, I'm Booby. Of course.
yeah. Yeah. So I was playing like flag football until like middle school, high school. Then I transitioned to tackle football. I was more basketball before football. Yeah.
So you have the perfect example that it's possible. Coming from flag football to tackle football and being a great athlete.
Right.
So you were a multi-talent athlete.
What was
You
your
played-
primary sport? Basketball?
Basketball.
Yeah, okay. So, but is it true that when you played flag football, you were a center?
No.
This is what the people are saying.
Centers are the sneakiest athletes on the team.
On flag football?
Yeah,
Yeah,
flag football.
you got to snap and run
Yeah.
and catch.
Ooh.
I don't know if Garrett.
But when you said then you played high school football, and we maybe come straight to the Google Map thing. Where did you grow up?
Yeah, in New Orleans.
New Orleans, Louisiana.
So that's boring.
New Orleans,
Yeah, that's boring. That's way too big.
city of New Orleans.
Yes.
Ah, that's not funny. But maybe when we come to college, huh?
Let's wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But then you played high school football, and your family is from New Orleans.
Yes.
Funny story, or maybe a little bit sad story. I was in New Orleans. It was beautiful, and I was sitting at the river. Isn't there a song, "Cry at the River"? I was crying because it was so beautiful. I was 10 years old in New Orleans.
That makes me so happy.
It was
That makes me so happy.
no, really.
No,
I can't remember. And I was sitting there.
0% doubt you.
I was so I was there. I mean, it was in 1996, right? And I saw these ships, these famous riverboats,
Steamships.
and it was so beautiful there. With what is the name of the street where all these jazz clubs are? The famous.
Oh, it's Canal Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was all so beautiful.
Bourbon too, right?
Bourbon Street.
Yeah, Bourbon Street. Too.
And then, I was sitting there and was crying. And my parents are always telling me the story. You were in New Orleans. What's the name of the river?
This is where the Mississippi starts.
Mississippi.
The Mississippi.
Yeah.
Why am I answering these questions?
Yeah.
I was sitting at the Mississippi River.
The Mississippi River.
Yeah.
Crying.
Delta.
Yeah, now
That makes me so happy.
now you guys know how to make me cry. Sit me on a river. Okay.
I just picture a little 10-year-old Paul Phillip with a beard and sunglasses.
No beard. But yeah, okay. But New Orleans, we got a question. CJ, do you think that the Raider could play competitive against the lower Division 1 college team? Oh, CJ.
I say it's interesting.
You can be
because,
honest.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's numbers at first. You gotta look at the numbers. The depth wise is different. You know, so like D1, you're gonna have your starters, and then the backups could play starters somewhere else. You know, so it's like, and then we have like our starters, and then we have like a couple people we could trinkle in and stuff like that. So I feel like that's the big difference between like Europe and Division 1. It's like the depth, and then I mean the learning ability and stuff as well. So it's like
And
it's kind of hard.
And that's why I said you can be honest. At
Yeah.
the end, it would be for any European team really, really
Oh, yeah, for
difficult
sure.
to
Yeah.
play a D1 school, and the score might be really high, and there may be some injured players on the field too.
Yes,
Because speed, strength,
yeah.
I don't think the strength would be that big of a difference. I think the speed would be a big difference.
Yeah, speed over strength. I say
Yeah.
when I first got here, I was surprised at how like strength wise,
Yeah.
like I said, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that factor for sure is here.
And
yeah.
that's and not so much like ability to run fast. I think you have guys that have been playing football their entire lives
Yeah.
who have the most resources poured into them.
Right,
By the time they're a
exactly.
Division 1 athlete and starting
they
at a
already.
Division 1 school, there's hundreds of thousands of dollars invested into them, and they just play faster.
Which division would be realistic or comparable? We played NIA and Division 3 schools as Raiders in a couple of years ago, and these were close games. And
Yeah.
I think, Sean, you said it once, when you take the best European clubs or franchises now, they are maybe in that higher middle Division 2
I think
ranking.
that's fair because
Yeah.
if you go to a Division 2 school, I believe they have 33 full rides
Yeah.
to deal with. So they also have that little bit of that issue that like CJ was alluding to, where the whole roster is maybe not as complete.
Yeah.
And also like, I think it's tough to compare because I mean now in the ELF it's a little bit different, but the way we always talked about it is the Raiders are kind of like a high school team in the sense that you have really elite players playing next to some guys that aren't as elite or aren't as good or aren't as experienced.
Right.
ELF that's changed. The bottom's kind of
Mhm.
risen. But everybody on a college football roster in Division 1, to CJ's point, is a full ride athlete. Even in smaller Division 1, the starters and the second string and probably most of the third, what is it, 64 or something?
Yeah, it's like
I think
about
FCS is 60, low 60s, and
and the others about like
80 or whatever.
about
But let's
70, so.
talk about CJ a little bit more. If you want to watch the highlights against Amherst or Central College, you can find them on YouTube. Just Google.
I would say we would be a competitive Division 2 or NAIA team.
Sean already played in both, so you can find him on that highlights too. But then you went to college, and now the fun starts because we always do this with our American friends. Where
Reichnitz.
I don't know why this is. I don't know. I don't want to. So, where was your college?
In Thibodeau, Louisiana.
Oh, what? Thibodeau? How you write this?
THIB.
TH
IB.
IB T.
THI.
What is I?
English I. German E.
Ah, yeah. Then I was T.
ODAUX.
Oh, French. Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. That's what we like to see. A lot of crosses. A lot of crosses.
So where
Oh,
was?
you got a Raising Cane's and a Big Mike's.
So
Sweet
Thibodeau,
Moses Malone.
Thibodeau in Louisiana. Really small city. It looks like.
Yes.
So what was the name of the college?
Nickel State.
Yeah, if you scroll in, it's right here.
Nicholas State.
Nickel State. Right here.
Oh yeah, Nicholas State. Why is it so? Why do I know it?
It's a Division 1 school.
It's the Manning Passing Academies over there. I don't know if y'all know that.
No,
No,
but
don't care.
but I know it. I don't know why, but I know it. It's I mean, obviously, because you've played there.
Right.
But
No, I want to see the stadium.
it's nice.
That's nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nichols.
that's
Haven't
nice.
Schuren been there?
I have no idea. And then it's nice to have a big parking lot next to the stadium.
Right.
So then tailgating's good.
Yeah.
What other food do you have locally? What was your favorite spot?
It was a seafood spot.
What? Oh, I guess in Louisiana that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Louisiana is the soul food state, right? Where you get
Yeah.
all the good food.
State.
Yeah.
Um,
Is this
Like,
good fish restaurant with sushi, hibachi?
yeah, it was all right.
Come on, CJ.
Okay, but CJ, how was your
How
time
many
at college?
baseball fields?
We
are
have
on
to
here?
hurry up a bit.
Sorry.
Look at the time. We can't now dig around. How was your time at college? What did you
Is that
play?
the high school stadium?
Yeah, that's the high
Wow,
school.
that's nice
Yeah.
too. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The hell is this? Sorry. Okay.
Just a-
Graveyard?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Is it a
No.
graveyard? No.
No, it was just a
Construction.
Yeah.
it looks like a graveyard. Okay, sorry.
So in the middle of nowhere, you were playing football for Nichols College.
I really don't know where it is. Can you scroll up?
And how was your time at college? Tell us a little bit, and what did you play there, and how were your college time?
It was good. I'll say because it allowed you to focus. You know, it wasn't like a big city where it's like so much going on. I mean, it's like 35 minutes away from New Orleans, so like
Close to family and friends.
Yeah,
Is this all
Wait.
swamp?
somewhat. Yes, it's like little towns in there. Yeah,
But all this green is just. You're not
Majority,
helping this.
yeah.
Never mind. Keep answering Paul's questions. I'll Google it later.
And also there are also some big schools, so a lot of football in that area, right?
yeah, for sure.
Where's LSU?
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, Lafayette. Yeah. So you were there for your whole college career?
4 years.
4 years. You got a scholarship as an
Yes.
athlete, and how was it to be in the D1 athlete? Where did you? What was your biggest game? Did you have maybe a preseason game against LSU or something like that?
Our first game was Oregon when Marcus Mariota and Dean Anthony Thomas were there.
Okay.
So that was that was lopsided. But it was
Damn, you guys
it was-
had to beat him like that?
No, they they beat us bad. But it was a like an eye opener experience, like as coming from high school to college, and you like, whoa, you know, like their facilities and stuff was top of the line.
Yeah.
Top of the line. Yeah. It was nice. It was nice. But I say my best moment was my senior year when we played Georgia. We played Georgia. They were preseason ranked 8. It was a money game, but
Maybe you have to explain that.
okay,
People don't
so
know.
money games is like,
They pay for it.
yeah, they pay us to play them because they expect us to beat. I mean, they expect to beat us.
Yeah.
So, but they had like Nick Chubb, Sony Michel, and I forgot the quarterback's name.
Aaron Murray? No.
Jake something.
Jake Fromm.
Yeah. So we was going back to back. Like they would score, we would score, they would score, we would score, they would stop, we would stop. But we ended up losing by 2 points.
Ah.
Yeah. But
It
it
would be
put it
so
on the map.
sweet to win a money
Yeah.
game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that for sure put us on the map though, so it was good.
Great. And then, what did you study at college?
Business management.
Business management. Did you graduate it?
Yes,
Great. And then college football time was over.
correct.
You were 24 years old.
Yeah.
And then what was little CJ doing in Louisiana? What are you thinking? Hey, did you thought about trying to make it to the NFL, or how was this whole process of
Yeah,
with
that
football?
was my goal. After like pro day and stuff, I was in talks with the Buffalo Bills for like a short little segment. But the contact I had ended up getting fired, so I lost contact. So that year was just like I was you know how it went after something like that happens. You like, so I just started working that year, and then the next year I was training in Atlanta, and then my trainer told me about Germany. So that's.
But
how I started.
you always wanted to continue playing
Oh,
football.
for sure,
You said
yes.
Nicholas College wasn't my last football game.
Oh no.
So you got then in contact with some German teams,
Yes.
and you came. What was your first team in Europe?
Schwäbische Unicorns.
Schwäbische Unicorns.
Join Newman. Yeah.
Also small town.
Right. Exactly.
Small town, great fan base,
Oh, for sure,
and when was it?
18.
2018. So you guys won the German ball.
German ball. Yeah.
Huh, good.
It was really nice. Yeah.
And then what was the next stop then?
2019, I went to Finland, in Tampere. Tampere.
I think, I don't know.
Yeah,
Again, a Finnish player.
Yeah.
We have a lot of guys who played in Finland before.
Oh yeah. So I was there. That was it was an interesting year.
Why was it so interesting?
It was like, because they ended up like releasing all their guys. That's how I was able to get in.
Okay.
And then like, it was just kind of like and then our coach left half. Yeah, it was just.
So let's keep it this way. Interesting.
Say interesting. Yeah.
And then in 2020 you didn't play it, right?
No, I didn't play with
COVID
COVID and stuff. Yeah, so
21 you went to Braunschweig.
yes, but before Braunschweig, I was playing in the spring league. It's like a U.S. league.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like, I would say the USFL before, like all that, but it wasn't like as big. But it was able to just to get so people could see, okay, you're still playing and stuff
It was
like
a
that.
showcase.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to stay in shape and have game tape a little bit. Yeah.
So yeah, and then I went to Braunschweig.
And then you went to Braunschweig, and then we contacted you.
Correct.
And was it difficult to decide, or have you said immediately yes?
It was well,
we talked before the season too.
I know.
Yeah. So I had some like housing like decisions I was trying to make beforehand, so that kind of tied in and delayed it, I guess you could say. So, but I mean, I guess it all worked out.
Are you happy?
Oh, for sure. Yes.
That's great. Do you feel happy here with the Raiders, and do you think it's the right decision?
Oh yes, it was definitely the right decision to come here. Yeah.
Perfect. Sean, would you say it was the right decision to get him on the team?
I think so. I think he brought a new dynamic. No, and an honest answer. He brought a new dynamic to the offense that we didn't have. And, you know, when Bonatti started so hot, we could add a different type of back where it's more multifaceted. He's lined up a receiver. He's lined up, obviously, a running back, but also in returning that he's been so impactful. So, no, it was a really good compliment to our offense and special teams.
Perfect. And now we have a couple more games, and we are glad to have you, and we are excited to see you again. Maybe we see again a nice returning touchdown.
Would be nice.
Yeah, keep the tradition alive.
Yeah.
Okay, we are coming to an end. We already over the time a little bit, but that's not a problem.
You got a question?
Coming from Louisiana, do the mountains scare you?
No, not at all. I like scenery. I like different scenery. Schwäbisch had a little mountains, but it wasn't like this. But yeah, I'm big on like scenery and like different views and stuff like that.
I like to look at the mountains.
Yeah.
Did you had the chance through all these years to travel a little bit in Europe? Did you saw some places?
Not as much.
You take advantage of some bye weeks, or?
I did my first year. We was able to go to Hamburg. I went to Hamburg a little bit just to see. I didn't really branch out of Germany because that was my first. I didn't know, but yeah, definitely want to take advantage. Try to at least this year at the end.
I mean, we are so close to Italy. You have to go to Italy.
Yeah, I got it. I got to.
You're barking up the wrong tree.
Huh?
I've been trying with these men.
He's not. Is he like?
He's better, but he didn't take advantage of it.
Yeah, I didn't take advantage of it.
So it's more like
procrastinate.
Sleep, eat, workout, practice. Sleep.
Yeah.
Don't spend time somewhere else because you could miss a workout.
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's good with me. At least you're very professional.
Yeah.
There were other imports in the past who just went for weeks.
You should, by the way.
Yeah, but
be professional, but also take advantage of your.
Of course. But there were also some imports in Europe who were professional. came maybe back late or not to practice.
No, that's not good.
No. Alrighty, there are some questions for you where you can only pick one side.
Okay.
So I always tell you two, and you have to tell me one. Yeah? Okay. So comedy or drama?
Oh, comedy.
Okay, tell us a joke.
Ooh. On the spot. Let's see.
Ah, forget it.
Yeah.
It was too fast.
Too fast.
Dog or cat?
I'll go with duck. I don't.
Chocolate or gummy bears?
Gummy bears.
Yeah.
Backpack or suitcase?
Backpack.
Soccer or NASCAR?
Soccer.
Mercedes or BMW?
Mercedes.
Watching TV or making a puzzle?
I'll probably go puzzle.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Weird.
Weird.
Fucking weird.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
McDonald's or Burger King?
Oof. I say McDonald's. I'm just going. Yeah.
Car or bicycle?
I say car. It just depends where you're at, but I say car.
Yeah. Beer or wine?
Why?
Party or chillin'?
Chilling.
Black or white?
Neutral.
No option. You have to take one.
I'll say black.
Good. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Superman or Batman?
I go Superman.
Mountains or ocean?
Ooh. I say ocean.
Fruits or vegetables?
Fruits.
Chaotic or being organized?
Organized.
Traveling or staying at home? Be honest.
We already know.
Staying
we
at
can
home.
skip.
We can skip that. Apartment or house?
House.
Preparing food for yourself or ordering food?
Prepare.
City or countryside?
Oof. I say city.
Sweating or having cold?
Sweating.
Basketball or football?
Oof. That's tough. That's real tough. That's tough. Yeah, that's a tough one. It's like 50-50 for me.
You have to answer.
I'll say football.
Cheerleading or cheer dance?
Wow.
Next tough one.
Cheerleading or cheer dance? I'll say dance.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And then Barakus is saying everyone chooses Mercedes. What is wrong with BMW? I don't know. I would take BMW.
Whatever, Elliot.
Mercedes in Europe or in Germany is an old man car.
Mercedes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think BMW is.
No, BMW is the young, fast thing. Alrighty, then we come to our last part of the show. It's our Spotify playlist, and
Can we call out Elias for his mid-season MVP and Offensive Player of the Year voting?
what happened? You want
I
to
don't
talk
want
about
to
it?
talk about it.
You didn't get voted?
I don't want to talk.
Didn't he voted you? He's one of your biggest
I
fans.
don't want. Heartbreaking, to be honest. I deleted my wiki.
Wait, because you didn't get voted mid-season MVP or what? I don't know.
Well, some people voted.
It was a
for
fan
me.
voting, right?
No. Some people on football voted me. Other people did not.
Let's check it out. What happened? Football. Who's mid-season MVP?
It's just they did it on a web show.
Ah,
Axel sent it to me. He said, "Hey, a couple guys voted for you." I was like, "Well, of course, Elias is on the show." I was like, "Oh, huh."
in the end, what counts is what I choose at the official ELF vote.
I got a couple more weeks.
Outrage.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I think it was number 17. Nah, I think in all seriousness, I think Tunga is the right vote. That man has put up
He's
stupid numbers.
Yeah. Okay. Spotify playlist song of the day. CJ, what is your song of the day? We put it on our awesome playlist.
Song of the day.
I can start. I take In Gloria Victoria
Danger Dan.
from Danger Dan. It's a nice song about his time at school. Pirates Cove. Boom. Sean, yours?
You Got a Friend in Me.
We almost
Chaka Cow.
we already have it, no? We don't?
No. The top one.
From Toy Story.
Mhm.
Okay. Pirates Cove. And now yours?
I would say,
Ciao Baloo.
I'll say, I'll keep it simple. I'll go Last by Bruno Boy.
Last.
Yes, Afro Beats.
Last.
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 Yeah.
Alrighty, I have to listen to that. On the Pirates Cove. And if you guys wanna listen to all our awesome songs, just go and check out our Spotify playlist. That's it for the moment. That's it. I am going to check out if football is already. Yes, they are live. We're gonna send you over to them. And
Why?
because they do their web show now. And you guys
Is Elliot
can...
not on it?
No, Elias maybe just is joining in.
They probably kicked him out for such a bad MVP vote.
What is the command? Is it raid or is it host? No, I don't want to host. I want to raid. So it's /raid channel. I hope that works. So
Probably all together, or?
So I will send you guys over to the football web show. It's a great web show. Check it out. And see you next week. Last word. CJ, your last words to the audience?
Come support on Sunday and enjoy the rest of the evening. Ciao, ciao.
Exciting times.
Exciting times. Danke fürs Einschalten. Stay healthy. Bleibt gesund. We see us on Sunday in the stadium or next week here at Twitch. Have a great time. Ciao, Kakao.
Did it work?
Yes, it worked. So, you guys are going over to the football. Just stay in the channel. You guys gonna be there. Ciao.
Football.